you, Mr. Chairman. The Canonsburg-Houston Joint Authority rate increase litigation hearing is scheduled for next Wednesday. That is still on. The purpose of that hearing is to consider the continuation of the injunction that was issued by Judge Lucas about 2 months ago. So we will, of course, keep you all posted on that. We are awaiting argument dates from Judge Lucas on the Crown Castle South Point relocation tower matter. It's been fully briefed. The judge asked for some additional documentation from the meeting, which we provided to him, and we're waiting for argument dates. The two South Point cases, they're fairly old, related to the golf course. The other side has essentially started heating them up a little bit, so don't be surprised if there's going to be a status conference soon, and probably they want to move it in some direction that as soon as I know, I will report back to the board. We've been working on the easement with the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. There have been some administrative legal issues with the Clements bankruptcy, some court appearances just to make sure everything is on track. My understanding right now is that everything is on track for the sale, but I will confirm that with the board. There is another court appearance that's coming up next month. Hopefully, I'm hopeful things would be resolved at that point, but I will let you know one way or another. We've actually put the hearing on hold related to the demolition of the property while the sale process is working itself out. We've also been working with the township on some employment matters as well as just day-to-day legal.
Very well. Board Supervisors, discussion of new business. Is there anything? No. All right. He got it in our report. Was there something on there that you'd like to address that he emailed to us, Tom? Okay. New business. Anything that you want to bring up for us to discuss or to think about for next month or anything? Old business. Anything that needs followed up?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I got a text message today from the safety officer over at Muse Volunteer Fire Department Station 29 in regards to the fire hydrants over at the Overlook Plan. He went out this afternoon and tested all of them, and they're all working. So I'd like to thank Dawn and Dan, Pennsylvania American Water, everybody that's been involved in this, that all the fire hydrants are operable now over the Overlook Plan.
Good deal. That's good follow-up.
Yeah, Don, just my question, we're going to have a hearing next month for amendments.
Yes, that's scheduled for, that will be before the regular Board of Supervisors meeting, correct?
So 6 o'clock?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. Well, at this time, any general citizens' comments or questions? Yes, please step to the microphone. It's a race.
Well, 30 years ago, my business used to.
Yeah, but you won. Look at that. You did good.
Good evening, all. I'm Linda Cronin. I live at 117 Kinsell Drive for the Rosewood Park Plan. And I just had an issue. We have had I'm talking, I don't know if you got the emails or had a chance to look at them in reference to what I'm calling about, but it's about the pickup of garbage. So when you look at the pickup of the garbage that's through waste management, and I have spoken with Dawn in our code enforcement, and there's really no guidelines or ordinances. So one of the things is the garbage needs to be put out by 6 a.m., day of collection. All right, what's that mean? We have people that are putting their garbage out on Tuesday instead of Thursday night. So then we look at the garbage and things like that. We have raccoons up there. So accordingly, that's not an enforceable act for us to go over there and tell them to do that garbage collection. Now 6 a.m. Friday morning, certainly you should expect them to be able to put it at, I wouldn't, Thursday, anytime on Thursday, I would say. And the next part is containers need to be removed the evening of the collection. Where? Where do you remove them? The one that I'm having a dispute on is 3 garbage cans that actually have no lids, which is technically a violation because we have to have lids on our containers, but he never uses them. They are actually off-street parking technically. Now, looking around the township, I look to see where people put their garbage, their bins. I'm on the left side, so we can put ours behind the house, and you can't see it from the house. There are some occasions where people, they have their garbage cans a little off to the side from their garage, because they're not going to walk up the steps and go around the back. But it's against the side of the garage, so it's not that bad. So, you know, but it's very unclear, and I've heard you make comments, and we have number one in Pennsylvania, and I'm very proud of our Cecil Township. I've been here over 35 years. But I just seem to think we need to address it, put it a little bit more in context, so that we don't have that problem and that issue, especially with the raccoons coming down and things being unsightly. So I was just would appreciate if you would look into that and see if you could clarify the time a little bit better, and where the and I don't want people to have a problem with where they're putting their garbage cans after collections, but it shouldn't be at the end of the street or their driveway or there. So that's really what I'm requesting, to see if you can look into that and see what we can do.
Thank you for your comments.
Okay?
Thank you. Next.
Hello, my name is Carolyn Yeagle again. I appreciate the opportunity to come as part of this moment on the agenda. And in consideration for your comments earlier in the meeting, I've identified that maybe there are some additional questions or points that are out for clarification. If there are any exhibits that would be appropriate in your review for us to provide as part of the assessment, we would be happy to submit those to you, create those or submit those to you. We recognize this is an open public process and wanted to just consider, as the consideration for this rezoning moves forward, that we would again be happy to submit any information, recognizing that it may be on a future agenda. If there is something that we should do, as we've been checking the draft agendas online, possibly contacting the township just to confirm the timing of a decision, we'd certainly like to do that. I just wanted to identify if that's the most appropriate step, and that you can move forward, and we can as well.
Very well. These are the judges, and I believe that hearing was closed, right?
It was,
Yes.
met in July.
Yes, so the hearing was completed and closed, and it's been sitting.
Okay.
Very well.
Thank you. Let us know.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, Kevin Camerson, 15 Swire. The final plan for McConnell Trails, is there going to be a tie-in to Burnside, and what's the timing of that?
Last phase, there is a tie-in.
Yeah, what's the timing of last phase? Any idea?
I believe they said 4 to 5 years for the final phase.
So
That's
when's
given me
the
a
planning going to start to take care of Burnside and McConnell, since you're going to be dumping all that traffic on Burnside?
It's part of the design, relocation of those two intersections is part of the process.
That's part of their responsibility is to upgrade?
Yes.
That's what that's what they asked to have postponed, was the,
Well, yeah, I know about the first one. This one's 5 years down, but it's in their agreement.
Wasn't there an option, though, them maybe not coming out of Burnside, Tom? They had an option maybe up.
Correct, there was an option that they could terminate that in a cul-de-sac, or they could try to make the connection if they relocated the road. They were going to have to do some major work on Burnside.
Yeah, it could be a safety issue coming out of that plant on the Burnside and then trying to make a left onto East Bishop.
I'm saying they can't wait till the last minute and not get anything done. So.
Absolutely, it's a condition. I'm glad to get you the
That's
condition.
fine, no.
I don't have it up.
It's a condition that they have to get this done before they cut any tie into Burnside.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. And the next thing, Dan, going back over 7 years ago when the Timber Run plan, the final plan was approved, I believe that main route was supposed to have some speed humps.
Maybe just address the chair or
Yeah.
present your question.
Yeah, back when Timber Run was approved like 7 years ago, I believe that main road was going to have some speed humps installed. And last time I went up there, they weren't there, and I know we're holding Monday, so you might want to check the plan to see what it called for.
I can speak to you offline about that
Okay.
whole issue.
All right.
All right.
Great, that's it, thanks.
Thanks, Kevin. Next.